gentlemen, welcome to another evening of high school football here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker, Louisiana. I'm Greg Allen, along with Jay Brown, who will be calling play-by-play, and our stat man tonight will be Tony Allen. We're going to miss Chief Gotro. He's in the press box across the way, and he'll be PA announcing for the folks here tonight. Baker High School coming into tonight's football game with a 7-1 impressive record. This year, they're meeting the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, who comes into Bufftown tonight with a record of 5-3. This is a very important district football game. Baker's in the lead in the district, but this ball game tonight could decide who would be the district champions, who would be representing our 5A district in state playoffs, and in what slot we would be representing the district in. So it's a real important football game for both teams, for everybody concerned. We had the stands full on both sides. On the Baker side, all year long, we've had a capacity crowd on this side, and Yellow Jacket fans have followed their team from Denham Springs tonight to boost the Yellow Jackets. So it ought to be an exciting game, Jay. We have the teams lined up for kickoff. The Yellow Jackets are kicking off to the Baker Buffalo.
And the ball goes down to about the 15-yard line, and it's taken by number 30, Chris Beverly. We're going to get it right this, and he breaks away. He's crossed midfield. He's being hit on the 35, and he's finally dragged down on the 30-yard line.
Whoa.
What a great start for the Baker Buffaloes. I tell you what, I hesitated a minute because we've had a couple of mistaken identities between Sammy Williams and Chris Beverly, but that was Chris Beverly, number 30, and that was a tremendous way to start the game, Greg.
Tremendous personal effort by Chris Beverly that time. He was stopped up in the middle on about the Baker 35-yard line, and he gets out of that trouble, out of that traffic, and breaks loose and brings it down to the Denham Springs 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Buffalo. Good start for the Buffalo.
Well, we see the Buffs doing a little something different here, Greg. The first play from scrimmage tonight, Baker lines up in a wishbone formation. We've been seeing them in a pro set all year long, but they had 3 running backs in the backfield tonight. We see Denham Springs run that kind of offense an awful lot, so maybe they're going to see if they can't give a little bit of this medicine back with
All right, number 1, Ivory Leachman comes into the ball game for Baker. He's going to be replacing number 80, Sammy Williams.
John Bound at fullback gets the handoff, and
Soul
pulls it back in for about 5-yard gain on the play.
Picks up 5 yards down inside the 25.
We're going to set the offense for you. Of course, the quarterback, number 13, Gerald Soul, who's done such a tremendous job at quarterback this year. At one running back is number 30, Chris Beverly, and at fullback would be number 22, John Brown. Split end is number 80, Sammy Williams, and at flanker, number 35, Legene McNeely. We'll get those linemen in a minute. It'll be 2nd down and 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. A keeper by Soul. He picks up the 1st down, and he's down to about the 18-yard line. Just tremendous personal
Jay, that
athletic ability that time,
excellent
Greg.
performance that time. He faked a dive into the left side and stayed with the dive man long enough to draw the defense over there, and then Soul just backs out and takes it around right in for an important 1st down for the Buffalo.
This is a great way to begin the game. The Buffs admittedly were a little flat last week against Lee High School, and they need to come out with a strong performance. 1st down and 10 yards to go from about their 18-yard line. There's a handoff up the middle to number 22, John Brown, for a very short gain. He's piled up on right about the line of scrimmage. As Greg mentioned earlier, we're going to have some stats this week by Greg's baby brother, Tony. Tony's been my protege for the past 3 or 4 weeks, looking over my shoulder, and since Sid's going to be across the way for the next couple of weeks, we've drafted Tony to come and keep the numbers for us. So as soon as we get something in a few plays, we'll be giving that to you.
Well, Baker's broke the huddle, and now they're coming back into a huddle.
I think the officials were late getting the ball set.
They started on about 9:35. Let's see. They'll have plenty of time.
2nd down and 10 yards to go from about the Baker own 19-yard line. Number 35, Legene McNeely, split wide to the left. Soul drops back. He wants to pass. He's looking. He can't find anybody open. He takes off. He's across the 15-yard line and then finally knocked down right about the 15-yard line. Right across the 15, maybe to the 14.5-yard line. It'll be about 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Well, as you mentioned earlier, Greg, this is a very important game tonight. If the Buffs can notch another victory, they will at least clinch a tie for the district championship and really put the pressure on the other folks, Glen Oaks and Catholic High School, to be fighting for that 2nd place and the wild card.
Ivory McCray in the ball game for Sammy Williams.
Sold back to pass once again. He avoids one tackler. He's still looking. He shoots it downfield. Oh, just a little bit over the head of LeJean McNeely, who was wide open.
Had him wide open.
Well, just a little bit too much mustard on that ball that time.
Well, the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets dodges a bullet that time because that man was wide open in the end zone. Gerald Soule had all the time in the world to get the football off. Of course, he makes some of that time himself. He gets caught in the trap and he gets
look
out.
at here, sports fans. For a Baker High School team that's had a trouble making extra points from the 3-yard line, we are going to attempt what's going to be a 32-yard field goal. The ball is centered. It's down. It's up. It's far enough.
It's long enough. It's good.
And it's through. It's through. Number 81, Marty Broussard, kicks a 32-yard field goal to put the Buffs ahead 3-0 at 8 minutes and 20 seconds of the first quarter. Well, that was something. I don't think any of us would have wanted to put any money on Baker kicking a field goal, would we, Greg?
Or even attempting it. I thought maybe it was going to be a fake, Jay.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen some exciting stuff already, and the game isn't even 4 minutes old. Baker up 3-0. Well, it certainly looks like they come to play. I'm sure the coaches said, well, you had your little rest last week against Lee High School, and now it's time to get back to business. Maybe the excitement of going to 5A and the Catholic High and everything, maybe Denham Springs has kind of gotten pushed back, at least in the newspapers. But Baker High School and Denham Springs has always been a war, and I'm sure the coaches reminded the boys that they had to play tough tonight.
See, in a game this caliber, Jay, when you get the breaks like on that good run back that Baker had, you're supposed to try to get 7 points. 3 points is better than nothing. But not getting that touchdown on that initial effort drive like that could come back to haunt Baker now against a team like Denham Springs. 2-yard line. Started on a 2.
Baker's got good coverage and smacks him down on a 20-yard line. Where Denham Springs will have 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Well, they sure didn't reciprocate and let them have a good run back.
About an 18-yard return.
That was a good deep kick and good coverage. We got another one of the long line of Burks family playing quarterback. This is Chad Burks. This is Sean's baby brother. He pitches back, and a tremendous run on 1st down. It looks like a 1st down for Denham Springs High School before he's finally dragged down.
It's going to be right at the down marker, too.
Playing defense tonight for Baker High School on the nose guard, number 71, Brian Keltner. At the 2 tackles, the number 78, Andre Davis, and number 72, Tommy McKay. Playing ends for Baker are number 84, Larry Clark, and number 82, all-district, Darren Berninger. At linebacker will be number 42, Gautreaux, no relation to our good chief. Number 32, Wayne Spears at one of the outside linebackers.
Hey,
number 14, Mike McCleary at the other one. Safeties will be John Brown. And number 80, Sammy Williams. 1st down and 10 is a fumble on the play.
Baker.
And it looks like Baker has it. Number 71, we just called his name at nose guard, Brian Keltner. He spotted that Burks fumble and jumped right on it to give Baker High School tremendous field position on the 28-yard line of Denham Springs with only 7:33 remaining in the first quarter. Well, Greg, this could be a tremendous opportunity for the Buffs to get back and get some more points on the board.
It certainly could be, and it needs to be. They need to get some more points against a team like that.
Once again, we see the wishbone offense with John Brown, Sammy Williams, and Chris Beverly in the backfield. Sewell pitches back to Beverly, number 30. He's got a block. He's to the 10-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds after picking up about 17 yards and a first down. Tell you what, that wishbone option play worked to perfection that time.
And Jay, I don't think there's going to be enough room to get a first down. It's going to be first and goal inside the 10. The nose of the football just inside the 10-yard line.
The hardest place on the field to score from. Once again, Baker comes out in the wishbone formation. Number 13, Jared Sewell under the center. He hands off to 22, John Brown up the middle for almost a 5-yard gain. He's going to be right outside the 5-yard line, and it'll be second down and goal to goal, as Greg pointed out. Impossible for the Buffs to make a first down. Now the officials are spotting it closer to the 6-yard line. It'll be second and goal to go from the 6-yard line.
Sammy Williams returning to the lineup and replacing number 1, Ivory Leachman.
Referee stopped the play to reset the ball that had been kicked by one of the Denham Springs linemen. All right, back to play again. Second down and goal to go from the 6. Sewell keeps. He goes to the left side, and he's swarmed under by a host of Denham Springs tacklers, but not before he gets to about the 5-yard line. It'll be third down and goal to go from the 5-yard line.
Well, it appears he made it inside the 5, Jay, maybe to about the 4-yard line.
Let's see where they're going to spot it. There was just a whole host of Denham Springs tacklers, too many of them to call their numbers.
Third and go from inside the 5-yard line.
Very important play here. Buffs sticking with that power formation. They're coming to the right side. They hand off to John Brown. He's running hard.
Yeah.
He's in.
Touchdown.
Second effort by number 22, John Brown, hit on about the 1.5-yard line, and he just spun and went right into the end zone to give Baker a 9-0 lead with 5:51 left in the first quarter, and the kick coming up. Well, I tell you what, we've got to give all the credit in the world to that line. They're blocking well in the early stages of the game tonight. We've seen steady improvement over the year.
Number 8 to hold the ball, Vic Todd. Marty Broussard's attempt for an extra point block. Baker can't run it, but
well, we have an early lead, 9-0. Definitely look like there's no letdown in the Buffs. They played good defense and pretty decent offense so far in the early stages of this game. As Greg pointed out earlier, the Baker Buffs are 7-1 on the season. They're ranked number 4 in the state, and if you look at the number of points they have, they're nipping right on the heels of perennial power Ruston for third place. There was somewhat of a shakeup last week. Thibodeau, who had previously been ranked number 1, slipped down to number 2, and Ouachita out of Monroe is number 1. All right, here's the kickoff. Jared Sewell kicks it all the way down to about the 3-yard line. Another good deep kick. And it goes to bust it right up the gut, but Baker High recovers and pulls him down about the 31-yard line. There was just a little bit of a crease there, Greg, for just a second, but then Baker recovered for pretty decent field position for them to defend against.
Jay, they made about 11 yards more than they made on the last kickoff return.
I tell you what, I'm impressed.
Still pretty good coverage for the kickoff team for Baker.
I'm impressed. Gerald has improved his kicking tremendously.
As far as depth is concerned.
I'm telling you, in the beginning of the season, he was having a very difficult time getting it past about the 15-yard line. Oh, great defense. Great defense. Number 84, Larry Clark, wraps him up and throws him back.
Well, like you
no
said,
gain.
That was Gerald Sewell's second kick of the night. The first one to the 1-yard line, and that one to around the 3-yard line. So that 2 deep kicks for Gerald Sewell. And you're right, that is That is progress from what he was doing earlier in the season.
Be second down and 10 yards to go for Denham Springs High School. They try a little counter play, and knifing in to tackle him is number 64, Daryl Jackson. There's going to be about a 2-yard loss on the play, bring up third down and about 12 yards to go for Denham Springs High School. Looks like a passing down, and Chad Burks looks back, and Darren Berninger
flag down across the
leveled
way.
him. Darren Berninger just came through just untouched and leveled Chad Burks. As the flag on the play, as you pointed out. The way it was thrown so fast, we either have a motion probably, illegal shift. It's refused, of course. Tremendous loss. Darren Berninger just burst across the line, just untouched, and hit Chad Burks in the back before he even knew what was coming, and threw him for about, what was that, Tony, about a 7-yard loss. Bring up fourth down and 17 yards to go, so we're going to see the first punt of the evening, and that back in deep punt formation on about their 40-yard line is All-State number 80, Sammy Williams, and number 30, Chris Beverly, but that ball was just kicked too low and just rolled, and Sammy nor Chris had a chance to return it. So Baker High School is going to take over with 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Sammy Williams almost made a last-second
he was looking at
urge to go get that football.
I can remember that Ruston game when everybody thought the ball was going to be called dead, and he just grabbed it up and took off with it. Well, to say that this is the worst field position of the night sounds kind of strange to say that Baker's got it on their own 43-yard line, but it is going to be their worst field position of the night. Checking in for the Buffs of number 46, Emmanuel Hickman. And Emmanuel is going to be playing fullback. Beverly in motion. Sewell hands off to Hickman. And he, obvious face mask, Greg, obvious. I think Grandma could have called that one. That's got to be a 15-yarder.
And the official right close to it didn't throw his flag, and the two away from it threw their flag.
Well, it was just so obvious. The man just grabbed him from the back right around the face mask, and just his head snapped right back. Your classic personal foul type face mask. 15 yards, first down for Baker High School. It moves the ball up to the 42-yard line of Denham Springs High School. It'll be first and 10 for the Baker Buffaloes, already holding a 9-0 lead. Sewell fakes into the line. He keeps the ball. He's hit 3 times and finally pushed out of bounds right about the 35-yard line.
Gain of about 7 yards on the play. Bring up second down for the Buffalo on the Denham Springs 35-yard line.
That young man is just so strong, Greg. One person is just not going to bring him down.
And if they attempt to cover him with 2 or 3 people, then he pitches out. Baker's put that option into the game this year, and with somebody like Gerald Sewell, he can make it work.
Second down, 3 yards to go. Once again, Baker in the wishbone formation. He hands off to number 1.
He fumbled the football.
Ivory Leachman, and Ivory can't find the handle on it and winds up losing about 2 yards on the play. Well, we've seen several new running backs, not new to the Buffaloes, but it's unusual that you see Emmanuel Hickman or Ivory Leachman, and perhaps we'll see pretty soon Ivory McCray into the game. But maybe Coach Thomas is trying to work some more of these young men in here, because I tell you what, after the next week or so and we start moving up to the playoffs.
What was 2nd and 3 is turned in now to a 3rd and a long 5.
Completed pass to number 82, Darren Berninger, but there's a flag on the play.
It's in Baker's backfield. We're going to nullify that.
We got holding. It was a pretty play.
Well, a break for the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Holding on the play is going to be about a 10-yard penalty. So instead of a 3rd and a long 5, Baker's going the wrong way on this drive, folks. It's going to be 3rd down now and about 15. Definitely a passing opportunity for the Buffalo. And we have a quarterback that can throw the football.
He dispelled any thoughts that he couldn't in that Catholic game.
Witnessed by Darren Berninger, we got several people can catch the football too.
Soul back to throw. Got good protection so far. He throws, but he's a little bit off the mark and it's incomplete. Attempted to Legene McNeely, but never really got it close enough for Legene to get a hand on it. So it's going to bring up 4th down and about 15 yards to go, and we'll see the first Baker High punt. Number 11, Kelly Walls, who's had a pretty good season kicking the ball for the Buffs, goes back. He's going to be standing on about his 40-yard line when he hits that low snap. He catches it.
Good kick. Good line drive kick. Backs him up to the 5-yard line.
Good coverage. Only about a 7-yard return on that kick.
It was on the 48, wasn't it? What?
About 47-yard kick.
43, I think. One of the line of scrimmage at 40, Baker 48-yard line.
First down and 10 for Denham Springs. He throws complete to number 46 for Denham Springs. But number 80, Sammy Williams, was right there on defense to hold Denham Springs to a very short gain on that pass play. We've got a strange brother combination playing for Denham Springs this year, Greg. Chad Burks is number 10, the quarterback for Denham Springs, and his brother plays center.
Well, we're never going to get finished with those Burks, are we? They've been there forever.
I'm telling you, there's been 5 of them played for Denham Springs at 5 different positions, so I guess you don't have to argue about who was the best any particular thing. Burks goes back to pass again. He throws, and it's complete. The number 29, he's finally run out of bounds about the 35-yard line, and that looks like enough for a first down. This young man can throw the football. Looking at the final score of the Catholic High School Denham Springs game, you would think that it really wasn't much of a game, but those of us who follow sports know that Denham Springs was hanging right with Catholic High till the 4th quarter, and we all know what a 4th quarter the Catholic can have. 1st and 10 for Denham Springs. Hand off to the fullback, and he's met by the entire middle of the Baker line and held to maybe half-yard gain or so.
72, Tommy McKay. Also in number 84, Larry Clark.
Number 72, Tommy McKay, in on that tackle, along with number 84, Larry Clark for the Buffalo.
John Brown, number 22, number 35, Legene McNeely check in for the Buffs on defense.
We're going to be short a player, huh? No.
First official sideline warning.
First official sideline warning. Is this a new trick we got now?
No, that's the Denham Springs. They had too many people crowding up on the line. If they do it again, they're going to be penalized for delay of the game. Pitch back to the tailback, number 21.
Good
and
defense.
is he met by number 82, Darren Berninger?
Mr. Everything, number 82, Darren Berninger.
This man is a warrior.
No, folks, you notice in this ball game, he's going both ways. He's the one that caught that pass a while ago, even though it was nullified by a penalty. Number 82, Darren Berninger. That ends the first quarter of play here at Wedge Kyes Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes lead the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets by a score of 9-0.
As you mentioned, Greg, Darren's going both ways. We have several people going both ways. You'll see number 22, John Brown, out there quite a bit. Number 80, Sammy Williams, quite a bit. Number 35, Legene McNeely, quite a bit, going both ways. In pressure situations, I think Coach Broussard likes to see some of those offensive players over there playing on his defense. We got third down and a long 9 yards to go for Denham Springs High School. Burke's back to pass again. He throws back and his receiver slips down. I'm not sure he would have caught that one anyhow. It looked like a little too tall for him. Folks, we have experienced quite a bit of rain here in the last 24 hours, and the field, even though it's stood up well through the season, is a little wet and slippery in some spots, as evidenced by that young man from Denham Springs High School who just tried to plant and he just slipped down. Fourth down and 9 yards to go. Denham Springs will be punting back once again to receive the punts. Will be number 35, Legene McNeely.
Good kick.
And it's just going to die on about the Buff 32-yard line. Well, our return men aren't getting a chance to field any of them, doing any magic with it this week. Probably a good defensive measure on Denham Springs' part, as explosive as our returners are. First down and 10 yards to go for Baker High School on their own 32-yard line. Sewell keeps, he pitches back to number 80, Sammy Williams. Usually you don't see Sammy running the ball, but with this wishbone formation, it's put a whole different weapon at the disposal of Coach Mook to call some plays. First time this season I can recall them using a wishbone formation, but using Sammy Williams'
you got somebody
speed.
like Sammy Williams with the speed he's got, fleet of foot, he's an ideal man coming out of that wishbone.
30, Beverly's the tailback. 46, Emmanuel Hickman gets the ball with a little second effort. He's mighty close to the first down. He might have it.
We'll bring out the chain gang.
That was good second effort on Emmanuel Hickman's part.
Yeah, they had him for a 2-yard loss. First down, Buffalo. Ten minutes and 48 seconds to play in the second quarter. The first half of play here. Baker leads the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets by a score of 9-0. Baker on another drive.
Baker will begin this next series of down at their own 42.5-yard line. Back to an I formation. Beverly deep in the eye, gets the handoff, goes through a seam, picks up about 5 yards. Tell you what, can't say enough about that line tonight. They're opening up some holes up the middle. They had their problems in the early part of the season, but
number 24, Ivan McRae in the ball game for number 1, Ivan Leachman.
But the big five of Hilton, Davis, Bolton, Reese, and Burns are opening the holes up. Sewell keeps. First down on about the 45, 46-yard line when he unpiled.
Well, Jay, Denham Springs defensively, as far as the defensive line, hadn't did anything ultra impressive. They hadn't got into Baker's backfield yet. we've been able to move them off that line and get to 3 and 4 and 5 yards.
It's kind of surprising to me, Greg, so far. I'm used to a Denham Springs defense just, you know, swarming to the ball and hitting a lot harder. First down and 10 yards to go from Baker High School on the Denham Springs 45-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle, and there's a fumble. And Denham Springs High School has recovered.
Well, one of Baker's first major mistakes for the night. I think that's their chief.
Well, unfortunate turnover for the Buffaloes. Turns the ball back over when they looked like they were on a pretty good little drive here. Denham Springs will take over on about their 42-yard line, 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the half, and the clock's running. Burks drops back to pass. He eludes number 71, Keltner, but he runs right into the arms of number 78, Andre Davis.
And 82, Darren Berninger in there.
Great pass rush. I always say the best pass defense is a good pass rush. It's tough to pass when you're on your back.
When you got people up in your face.
Well, so far, the Buffalo defense has been up to the task to handle Denham Springs. Wound up with a sack and a loss on the play, so it's going to be 2nd down and 13 yards to go. Got another pro passing formation. Burke slips down. You don't give it one chance in high school. He's down when he hit the ground. Another loss on the play.
That doesn't look like a Denham Springs of old football team yet tonight, did it?
No, it doesn't so far. I would think that these guys would be a lot fired up because a Denham Springs victory really throws this thing into a wide open race for whoever's going to finish second or definitely that wild card spot. But they definitely got 3rd down and
a ton.
Yeah, 18 yards to go. Burks drops back to pass again. He's being harassed by the whole middle of the and number 84. Oh, he just threw that one away. Hot in pursuit was number 84, Larry Clark, and I'm not sure that Chad Burks was really trying to get that to anybody more than just trying to get it thrown away.
Brings up 4th down for the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Baker's held them again on their possession.
I tell you what, it looks like Denham Springs has just abandoned the run. It's a high punt, but not that deep. Number 35, Lejeune McNeely takes it on his 29-yard line.
Look at
him. He's still loose.
Oh, one man.
And he's tripped down on the 40.
One man, and he's history.
We got a flag on the play. We got a personal foul on Baker High School.
Yeah, that could be enough. No, it ain't enough for a 1st down.
Well, you're right. Not unless it's one of these automatic 1st down types because they needed more than 15 yards. I don't think your garden variety personal foul gives you an automatic 1st down. There are some that do, roughing the passer, roughing the kicker, and things like that. But
it's still going to leave them about 3, maybe 4 yards, even after a 15-yard penalty, if that was a flagrant violation.
But it gives you a little bit more room if you got to punt that thing again. In the background, the Baker High School band, as we pointed out the last couple of games, has picked up the Florida State War chant here. In fact, Buffy is decked out in a Indian headdress with a king-size tomahawk. And here comes the chop. Ball spotted right at almost at midfield, the 49.5-yard line of Denham Springs. And we're getting ready to kick one more time. Back to receive the ball again is number 80, Sammy Williams. Number 35, Lejeune McNeely. He hits a
Bad kick.
punt off the side of his foot, and it's
Well,
going to
they
go
didn't
out.
gain much on that.
No, sir. If there's a football god up there, he definitely just kind of pushed the ball right back to almost the same spot. While we got this pause, my protege, Tony Allen, just handed me the first quarter statistics. In the first quarter, Baker High School had 3 first downs to 2 for Denham Springs. Baker rushed the ball for 52 yards, and as I pointed out, they didn't have much of a rushing attack. Denham Springs 2 yards. In the passing department, Baker attempted 2 and completed none for no yards. And Denham Springs completed 2 for 24 yards. So total yards in the first half, Baker High School 52 and Denham Springs High School 26. Of course, Baker had the opportunity of starting those 2 scoring drives that they had, which gave them the 9-0 lead, mighty close to the Denham Springs goal line. Baker High was penalized 1 time for 10 yards. Denham Springs 1 time for 15 yards. Baker punted the ball once for 43 yards. There was 1 fumble, none lost by Baker High, and Denham Springs had 1 and lost 1. A time of possession for Baker was 7 minutes and 5 seconds, and for Denham Springs 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Thank you, Tony. Keep up the good work. Second down and 8 yards to go. The ball goes to number 22, John Brown, up the middle for a short gainer. It's going to bring up about 5 yards to go, maybe 5.5 yards to go for third down here. Ivory McCray into the ball game for that last play, number 24. Okay, let's see if we can't convert a third down here. We got third down and a long 5 to go. Sewell drops back to pass. Tremendous protection. He shoots one over the middle. Complete to number 80, Sammy Williams. He's got the first down. He's still loose.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10, and Sammy Williams scores. 60-yard touchdown pass and run to Sammy Williams. Tremendous personal effort on that young man. What was just a little pass for a first down, he turns into about a 60-yard touchdown. You got to throw a net over him, Greg.
What do you call that, a 57-yard touchdown? 57-yard touchdown play for the Buffalo.
We're going for 2 points. We failed in our last attempt, so we're in the wishbone once again. Sewell's under the center. He keeps the ball, and he makes it. 2-point conversion for Baker High School. That puts us up 17-0. I tell you what, I like this wishbone. With the kind of running backs that we have with John Brown, a tough-nosed fullback, and Sammy Williams and Chris Beverly in the fullback slots with Jared running the quarterback. It looks like the Oklahoma Sooners out there with all that speed. Well, that was one for your highlight film, folks.
Hey, Blinky. Hey, Blinky.
Well, these folks are really playing like the number 4 team in the state. Sewell tees it up in a 40, and he gives it a
Good
ride
kick.
all the way down
That
to
thing in there tonight.
1 to 2 yard line. Number 17 for Denham Springs brings the ball back to right about the 20, 21 yard line, and he's knocked down by Eric Stevens.
You notice whenever Sammy Williams breaks it into an opening, he's got one man even with him. You
And he-
feel real comfortable because it's bye-bye time, you know?
He kind of just shifts it into high speed and just zoom.
Denham Springs takes over first and 10 on their 20.
Tell you what, Gerald has kicked the ball very deep, and the coverage has been excellent for Baker High School. Very seldom a high school team is going to be able to go 80 yards. Here's a pass, and almost a good catch. Number 29 for Denham Springs had the ball, and it popped back out. Number
Chris
32.
Murphy's working about as hard as anybody Denham Springs got tonight.
I tell you what, number 32, Wayne Spears on the coverage there. Number 71, Keltner going out, and Anthony McCurdy, number 40 at nose guard.
Got a man out here.
Ball complete, and he drops the ball. Well, that was a completed pass, a tackle, a fumble, and an out of bounds. And all of it resulted in about a 5-yard gain. Bring up 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
Fans. Good. Get Mr. David down here in a minute. Never.
Looks like a quarterback keeper there that didn't do much of anything. Pickup of about 1 yard on the play. Bring up 4th down and a short 4, long 3. Well, I'll tell you what, Denham Springs has not impressed me on offense at all tonight.
And they've been fairly loose on defense.
All right, we got a little bit of change. We got number 30, Chris Beverly, and number 35, Lejean McNeely back. The punter fumbled the ball, then he kicked it straight up in the air.
There's not going to be a return on this one.
Oh, it was a good roll. Good roll. That started out to be a disastrous kick and turned out to be pretty good for Denham Springs. I think we probably had the return on that time. If we'd have had a big rush on, we'd have definitely got to that one because the center didn't get the ball back to the punter, and he couldn't find the handle on the thing and finally picked it up and just kicked it in panic. Well, Baker starts out with the ball on its own 31-yard line. 1st down and 10 yards to go, 4 minutes and 12 seconds with the clock running. So far, it's been all Baker High School. Sewell drops back to pass. Whoa! Protection just broke down. You don't see that happen very often.
Nope.
Sewell sacked on the play. And I tell you what, not to be critical because he's a great player, he's still learning about being a drop back quarterback. If Jared would have just stepped up in the pocket just a little bit more, I don't think the man would have got him for that loss. But nonetheless, we've got a 4-yard loss on the play. Tony Allen, our stat man, just told us that was a 43-yard punt. Well, mostly it was a little punt and mostly roll there, I think. Sewell wants to pitch back, but they got good penetration by Denham Springs. And just when we were saying that they hadn't shown much on defense, the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets kind of come alive and throw Sewell for another 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long yardage here. Well, we're right back in the same position that Denham Springs was, 3rd and 18.
Oh, we're zooming in on a young man on the far sideline, folks, is Big Ben McDonald, who graduated right here at Denham Springs, playing professional baseball right now.
The Baltimore Orioles. Yeah.
Mr. Ben McDonald.
Well, big play early in the game here. 3rd down and extremely long yardage. Sewell eludes the tacklers, and he's in the open. He's gone
He might
running.
go himself.
He's gone running. He's got the 1st down, and he bulls over a tackler, and they finally get him out of bounds.
Is he awesome or what?
46-yard line. Why pass when you can run like that?
Just because it was 3rd and 16, you never was uncomfortable, was
No,
it?
not really. 1st and 10, do it again. 46-yard line of Baker High School, just a little bit over 2 minutes left to go. till halftime. Number 40. Baker High School forced to call timeout. Not enough time left to go on the play clock before we might have gotten a penalty there for delay of the game.
2 minutes left on the clock here in the first half of play.
As you
Baker leading the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets by a score 17-0. We have a timeout.
As you pointed out very sagely last week, Greg, that's their first time out, and there's only 2 minutes left to use them up, and you've never been able to use one in the locker room.
I don't know what you can do with it in the locker room.
If this was professional football, the clock is stopped precisely on 2 minutes. I don't know whether Baker's got a 2-minute offense, but we'll see here in just a minute. Coach Mook has conferred with Jared Swall, number 13, the Baker High School quarterback. We're not really sure, folks, why we're not ready to resume play. The Buffs came up to the line of scrimmage, and the officials halted the game for a moment here. And it looks like we're about ready to get back to action. 2 minutes left to go in the half. First down on the Baker 46-yard line. Well, that was an interesting play. I think it was going to be a screen pass back to the near side of the field to number 30, Beverly, but I think the lineman let the on-rushing Denham Springs defenders in just a tad early, and Sowell wasn't able to get the ball off quick enough, and he was smart enough just to toss it into the ground and go as an incomplete pass and stop the clock. Number 24, little Ivory McCray checking into the game. He's a slippery little running back playing in the slot. Got an I formation. Jared drops back. He rifles it across. Oh, what a hit. Oh, that hurt up here. I hope our cameraman got that one. I tell you what, that was some hit. I don't think Ivory had a chance to catch that one. I think it was a little tall anyhow, but a Denham Springs safety man said, "How do you do?" in a big way. Third down and 10 yards to go. Baker passing again. He shoots it complete. Oh, intercepted.
Hot dog it. Good effort on the part of that young man from Denham Springs.
Number 410, Damon Hughes, was juggling that rascal. I tell you what, if that ball would just have been a foot taller, Sammy was off to the races again. But that was a tremendous effort by number 14, Damon Hughes. Let's give credit where credit is due. And he intercepted that ball and turns it over to Denham Springs on their own 41-yard line with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in the first half. And there's an incomplete pass, and there's that workhorse, number 29, Chris Murphy. They're bound to have somebody else to pass to, Greg.
Murphy has been everywhere tonight, little number 29 for Denham Springs.
He's definitely got the dirtiest uniform, so he's been up and he's been down. Luckily, he's been down a lot more than he's been up. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball still spotted at the Denham Springs 41-yard line. 1 minute and 27 seconds to go. with the Baker High number 4 rated 5AAA team in the state of Louisiana, leading 17-0. Burks drops back. He shoots one over the middle, and it had a chance to be intercepted. Number 35, Lejeune McNeely, was providing the coverage and just about got his hands on the ball.
Well, that Burks is having a little bit more time to throw the football than he was having earlier in the ball game. He don't have that pressure on him. Baker's not putting that pressure on him that they were putting on him. Of course, I think they're more in a prevent type defense right now.
I believe it.
With 1 minute and 21 seconds left to go in the first half of play.
Well, the results have been the same, pressure or no. He hasn't completed many, I know that tonight.
Number 29 split out here wide.
Number 22, John Brown, covering him. Burks has got his eye on somebody else. He's got a flyer down the field, a little bit too far out of the reach for number 46, Dane Fontenot. Covered very well by number 14, Mike McCleary. Way to go, Mike.
You know, little Mike McCleary has really, he's really progressed this year. He's gotten better every football game so far at that defensive cornerback position back there. And congratulations to him and some of these other ball players. They look like they matured as the year has gone by.
I think we got too many men on the field, and they just realized that, and they got off. Here's a punt by Denham Springs High School, and I don't even know if we're going to handle that. We're just going to let it kind of roll dead on our own 24-yard line. Well, we tried to put it up in the air every time we had it last possession. Of course, we had a little bit better field position. We'll see what Coach Mook and the other brain trust on offense have to offer here with a minute left to go and the clock running. They may elect just to play it safe and go to the locker room. I don't know that I would have thought at the beginning of this game that Baker would be holding a 17-0 lead over Denham Springs, but we'll take it. Handoff to number 22, John Brown. He's just digging for yardage.
Pick up about 6 yards on the play on his own.
Well, we're calling timeout. We're not going to take him to the locker room. That ought to be number 2. And our stat man, Tony Allen, nods. Yes, number 2. You can count.
He was just amazed that you could.
Well, I know it. I am a Baker High School graduate.
Listen,
I wish you folks could pick up the crowd here. We got our fearless leader, Sid Gotro, across the way filling the shoes of Mr. Abbott, or trying to. I don't know if he can actually fill his shoes. But poor Sid, the politician he is, has the enviable task of making the political announcements, and he just delivered one that wasn't received so well with the crowd. I don't know whether it was the candidate he was plugging for or his delivery. Second down and about 4 yards to go. 38 seconds left to go till halftime. Number 30, Chris Beverly, comes in motion. Sewell drops back to pass. He's chased, and he's knocked down for about a 4-yard loss, and that should be the last play unless we call timeout. Considering the results, it might be better just to let the clock tick on out and go to the locker room. 15 seconds and running. If the Buffaloes choose to not run a play,
and I think they've chose not to run a play. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll end the first half of play here, folks, at Wedge Kyes Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes have taken it to the Yellow Jackets of Denham Springs by a score of 17-0.
two selections for you. Gonna make you sweat, and rhythm is gonna get you.
All right, here we are, folks, ready for the second half of play at Wedge Kyes Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes have taken it to the Yellow Jackets of Denham Springs by a score of 17-0 in the first half. And kicking off for Baker for the second half, number 13, Mr. Gerald Soule. I'm Greg Allen, along with Jay Brown, who will be calling play-by-play. Jay?
Well, that was a tremendous first half for Baker High School. Tony's got us some stats here while we're just getting back into play. At the end of the first half, Baker High had 5 first downs to 2 for Denham Springs. 82 yards rushing for Baker High School, and as we pointed out, the defense was doing a wonderful job. They only allowed Denham Springs 4 yards of rushing. In the passing department, we were 1 for 6 with 1 interception. Denham Springs was 3 for 9 with no interceptions. Total passing yards for Baker, 57 yards, 29 yards for Denham Springs High School. The total yardage for the first half, 139 for Baker High, 33 for Denham Springs. We were commenting at halftime that this just doesn't remind us of the typical Denham Springs High School team. That they really don't seem to have the fight and the pop. I don't know if you noticed that, but
yeah, we were talking about that too in the dressing room a while ago. I went down. I was talking to some of the players and some of the coaches, and Snapper Nams and I was talking after we left the dressing room. It doesn't look like a typical Denham Springs Yellow Jacket football team. I didn't bring my thermometer with me, but I believe the mercury's got to be dropping since the first half.
Yeah, we even got that little smoke breath coming out like when we were boys at the bus stop.
That's right.
I tell you what, continuing on with these stats here, the thing that I tell you what that I'm almost proud of stuff for Baker High School is they had 1 penalty for only 10 yards in the first half. We've been plagued with a lot of penalties in these last couple of games, and if we're going to get into plans on championship football, which we're going to be getting into here in the next few weeks, need to keep those penalties down. Kelly Wall only had 1 attempt to punt tonight, but it was a darn good one, 43 yards. The Buffs have lost the handle on the ball twice tonight and lost it over to Denham Springs one time. Denham Springs has fumbled once and lost it. And the time of possession, not too far off for either team. Baker's had the ball 12 minutes and 53 seconds. Denham Springs 11 minutes and 7 seconds.
Well, we had a young man shaking up on a play for Denham Springs, and they're getting him off the field right now under his own power. So we hope he's not seriously injured.
And now we resume play. Denham Springs 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line to begin to play a second half. Chad Burke pitches back. In the round, number 21 running hard.
Boy, I'm going to tell you, let's give credit to Mike McClary, number 14 that time. He took on about 2 leading blockers, took them out and kept his head in the football game and actually made that tackle, Jay. Fine effort by number 14, little Mike McClary that time.
Well, that was a little bit different play that we'd seen in the first half. Denham Springs only ran the ball, I believe, 9 times. I looked at Tony's stats, and only had gained 4 yards, so that doubled their output of the first half, picking up 8 yards on that play. Right up the middle for Denham Springs. He's going to be close to the first down. Number 42, Paul Gautreaux, middle linebacker for Baker High School, making that hit. We got timeout for a measurement. Well, you would expect Denham Springs to come out a little bit more fired up after playing rather lackadaisical in the first half. I'm sure that Coach Butch Wax, who's one of the better football coaches in this part of the country, told them about the pride of Denham Springs High School and that always played Baker High extremely tough. Well, it looks like they're a little bit short, maybe about 6 inches or less. What was the mood in the locker room at halftime, Greg?
Very studious. The coaches was working with them to make some changes on offense, and the defensive coordinator was working with the defense, discussing what was happening in the first half. Not a lot of exhilaration or pompous activity. It was like business. They were in a business meeting is what they were in. And they know that the Denham Springs is going to come back fired up in the second half. They were warned that by Coach Larry Thomas that they got to play 2 more quarters of football, that these guys will come out and take it to you. So they're not going to be lackadaisical, and they did get their business straight so that they, like I said, it was like a business meeting. They did what they were supposed to do.
Chad Burks, number 10 for Denham Springs, quarterback keeper straight ahead to the Denham Springs 45-yard line, picks up a first down for Denham Springs.
These young men for Baker are a very mature football team. There's not a lot of like a pompous activity, like we said, that they are a business-like group of young men, and they know the job they have to do, and they'll get it done.
Handoff off the left tackle, picked up about 6 yards on that play. Denham Springs is running the ball much more effectively than they did in the first half. It's going to bring up second down and about 4 yards to go. For those in the know, say the first 5 minutes of the second half tell a lot about what the complexion of a game is going to be like, and obviously Denham Springs has come out fired up, moving the ball. A little tall for number 46. Number 32, Wayne Spears, defending on the play. That play's been there all night long. Burks just hadn't been able to get the ball out to his wide receiver. Third down and a long 4, almost 5 yards to go. Ball spotted right about at midfield, 49-yard line of Baker. Burks hands off, and he's hit. Fumbles the ball. He was hit by number 4, Anthony McCurdy, before he ever got out of the backfield.
Well, let's see what they're going to do. They may have called him.
I think
they called
he was
him in
down.
the grass, but they called him down. They're going to let
Referee's got his fist up in the
Denham
air.
Springs will maintain possession.
A great penetration. We've noted previously, number 40, Anthony McCurdy, has been playing nose guard a little bit tonight. He usually plays at linebacker, but he's been alternating at nose guard tonight.
Well, Sammy Williams and Chris Beverly is going to be deep on this punt attempt by the Jackets. Deep to receive.
Oh, and he loses it.
I did say punt attempt, didn't I? He got it off.
He got it off again, but it's going to come out of bounds. It's going to be a bad kick.
Well, I don't know.
Whoop. That ball just took a sharp right and stayed in bounds. It looked like it was going to go out.
Baker had the return on, so they didn't have but 1 or 2 people going in there to check him. And they were being well blocked, so he got an opportunity to get it off.
Ball rolls dead about the 28-yard line of Baker High School, where they're going to take over.
That's a yard line. That's a
yard line.
That's right in there close, huh?
Yep. It's that good mustard on those hamburgers by our sponsor tonight, Burger Time.
Hey, I didn't get one of those burgers, man.
Well, they're right back over there. If you want to eat one, I'll cover. And you
a
can
24-yard punt that started out to be about a 10-yard punt.
Or either a block. So reverses field. Here he comes. He's got a block by McNeely. He cuts back. He's at the 45. He's got 2 men to beat. He runs just right over him, and he's finally knocked down on about the 38 or 39-yard line.
Look at that man go.
Just tremendous personal achievement by Jared Soule. I want to put a hyphen in his name and say he does it so well, because he does. Baker has just so many offensive weapons that it makes it very difficult for a high school team to cover them all. First down and 10 yards to go for Baker High School on the Denham Springs 39-yard line. He hands off up the middle. Soule hands off the middle to John Brown, number 22. Bulls his way up to about the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 3 yards. Be second down and 7 yards to go. Baker comes out once again in I formation. Number 22, John Brown at fullback. Number 30, Chris Beverly at tailback. Soule keeps around the left end for a very short gain, about 1 yard maybe. Going to bring up third down and about 6 yards to go, maybe 5.5. Let's see where the ball is going to be spotted. Number 24, Ivory McCray checking into the game. Number 80, Sammy Williams, comes to the sidelines. As we noted earlier, it seems like the coaching staff is playing more young men at offense, and like when we said, when we get into the championship games here soon, we're going to need more depth, so this is a good sign. Soule drops back. He wants to pass. He eludes one man, but finally he's pulled down for a loss by 2 on rushing Denham Springs linemen. We're going to lose back to the original 1st and 10 marker. It's going to be 4th down and 10 yards to go. Kelly Walls, number 11, is going to get an opportunity to come in and kick. Once again, ball spotted on the Denham Springs 38-yard line. So with a good high kick, he ought to be able to put it close back to the goal line. Good center, and he gets the ball away. signaling for a fair catch, but he lets the ball bounce. It's rolling back inside the 5-yard line, and it's going to be down on about the 2 or 3 yard line. We're going to see here.
3-yard line.
Great kick. Not a lot of distance. He didn't have a lot of room for distance, but it was a great strategic kick. 38-yard line. He kicked it down to the 3, so that's going to be about a 35-yard kick, Tony. 35-yard kick for Kelly Walls. Not real long, but more importantly, it backs Denham Springs up on their own 3-yard line. 1st and 10 yards to go. With the clock running with a little under 6 minutes left to go. Burks retreats the pass. He fires one out. He finally completes that out pattern, but right there to cover him is number 14, little Mike McClary. We don't mean by that, folks, that he's a little bitty guy. We got Big Mike, State Representative Mike McClary. So,
and Big Mike ain't big.
No, he's not very big. In fact, little Mike may be as big or bigger than Big Mike, but, you know, with a pickup of about 7 yards on that play, Burks hands off, and number 21 tries to skirt the edge of the Baker defense, and he's popped down by number 42, Paul Gotro, getting to him first, with a backup for number 22, John Brown. He picked up about 1.5 yards on that play, so it's going to be 3rd down and short yardage. We'd like to hold them here for sure, because they'd have to punt from deep in there into the field and give us great field position. Handoff up the middle. Oh, number 42, Paul Gotro, comes steaming through and pops the runner for a loss into the backfield. It's going to bring up 4th down, kicking down. A loss of about a half a yard on that play. Going to bring up 4th down and 2 yards to go. He's going to be kicking that ball from inside on the goal line. No, he's going to be 5 yards deep in the goal line. I tell you what, Denham Springs has had some problems with their centering of the ball here. He gets that one away, and it's a great kick. And in fact, it's going back, and it's taken by number 30, Chris Beverly, on his own 40-yard line. And he slips ahead up to about the 46-yard line of Denham Springs, where we'll take over with great field position with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. And Baker High School ahead 17-0. My compadre, Greg Allen, is enjoying a delicious burger from our sponsor, Burger Time, located on Plank Road. Go out and support Burger Time.
Plank and Myrtle Street.
That's right. Proud sponsor of the Baker Buffaloes. Sewell back to pass. He rifles it. He's got Williams wide open, and he's gone. It's history. 46-yard pass play from Jared Sewell to a wide open Sammy Williams.
Well, you had mentioned earlier, Jay, that on that same pattern, Sammy Williams was open. If they'd give him a lead, he had a home run. That time they did give him the lead, and he had the home run.
Well, that catapults Baker to a 23-0 lead in the 3rd quarter, with number 81, Marty Broussard, coming on for the extra point attempt here. The line set. The ball's back, a good hole. Marty kicks, and it's through the uprights, good. So with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Baker moves out to a 24-0 lead over the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Well, I think these young men can smell their first 5A championship, Greg. Just another quarter. Yep. Just another quarter to play.
In fact, they'll be the first recipients of the trophy for 5A for all time. They can always say they were the first ones to win the 5A district, right?
That's right. Kickoff going back to about the 10-yard line. Good coverage by the Buffs. That kick wasn't quite as deep, but poor Jarrett's had to kick off so much tonight, he might be getting tired of kicking off. Denham Springs is going to take over right about the 25-yard line, their own 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 to go. Burks back to pass, and he is
in trouble.
Sacked.
He is in trouble.
Ching ching.
Ching
Bring
ching.
up a sack.
Ching.
We're going to credit number 82, Darren Berninger, with getting there first. Substantial loss on that play is going to bring up 2nd down and about 17 yards to go. Burks hands off up the middle. He's got some room. The man's running free. And finally smacked down by number 84, Larry Clark. But not before the man picks up a 1st down.
Brandon Tyler, number 22, was the running back for the Denham Springs.
That was about the best running play they've had. That may have equaled all of their rushing yards for the entire game. 1st down for Denham Springs High School. On their own 38-yard line. Baker beginning this war chant. There's a pitch back to number 24. He's him.
Oh!
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere, and there's a flag.
Holding against the offense. Holding against Denham Springs, going to be a penalty.
Considering the fact that they lost yardage on that play, it may be a toss-up whether you want to take it or not, but it looks like the Buffs are going to accept the penalty and push them back even further. First down and 20 yards to go for Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Their own 28-yard line. Burks, I'm not sure. I think they started a little too quick that time.
I don't think they did anything right that time.
Illegal procedure, another 5 yards. I tell you what, this is not the game I would put in the highlight films if I was Denham Springs.
Want to take an opportunity to thank Treb Production for bringing this football game to you, along with the cable vision of Baker and Zachary, who allows this delayed telecast to be shown in your living room. Want to thank Mr. Jed Dayrees, one of our key cameramen, and Mr. Goo Allen. In the 3rd quarter, the camera coverage gotten a little weak, but we had to rely on a reserve cameraman, Mr. Bert Carson, but he's coming around, folks.
First down and 25 yards to go. Burks drops back. He rifles one across the middle, and it's incomplete. Once again on the coverage, number 14, Mike McClary.
Mike McClary helped covering on that pass. We call him Little Mike McClary because we've been knowing him since he was an infant baby. He's always been just Little Mike, but he's done growed up now, and he's the biggest one in the family.
Second and 25, and Burks.
Whoop.
Burks turned around and he saw number 77, Ken Hilton, bearing down on him, and he just decided to unload that ball. Third down and 25 yards to go.
Makes you wonder what's going through a guy like Burke's mind when he's back there being pursued and rushed to one side. He turns around to look, and there's another red shirt standing in the backfield by his intended receiver. I think what's going through his mind is he wishes this next 13 minutes and 16 seconds was over so he could take it to Denham Springs. It's been a long night for the Jackets.
Handoff and another little run, but it's going to come up well short of the first down. Runner out to about the 31-yard line. Yellow Jackets having to go all the way to their own 47-yard line for the first down, so it's going to be another punting situation for Denham Springs. Well, look at this. Number 29, the do everything.
He's even punting.
He's even punting. Well, maybe they ought to let him center the ball.
They ought to try to rush one, I think.
I'm telling you. All right, Sammy Williams has got the return on.
He made it around
and he's
one.
Around the corner. And he's still on his feet. He's finally brought down at his own 42-yard line. You know something? At first I thought he was going to hand the ball back off to...
You notice what he does when he gets in real trouble? He'll just come to a complete stop.
Yeah.
And lets the other people over pursue it, and all of a sudden he sidesteps him and tries to go around. In most cases he does.
Yeah, there for a minute I thought he was going to try to hand that ball off to Chris
I did too. I
Beverly
thought we had
to go the other way.
thought we had a return going on right at first.
Yeah.
The way that thing was developing.
Number 1, Ivory Leachman checks into the game. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Baker High School first and 10 on their own 42-yard line. Pitch back to number 1, Leachman, and he's off to the races. He's to the 50, to the 45, to the 40.
Fumble. They're going to call him down, I think.
He's brought down about the 38-yard line of Denham Springs High School. I tell you what, that little man could scat.
Looks like John Brown shaking up a little bit.
Well, I think we got this game well in hand, and we're starting to play some more folks, so hopefully some of those two-way starters are going to start getting a little rest.
We're going to change into the field here in another 12 seconds.
In fact, we may not even get the playoff. If they hurry, who knows?
7 seconds, you count it, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope.
Yep, just barely. Sewell still has the ball, and he's brought down on the 20-yard line. Mighty close to a first down.
That'll end the third quarter of play. Baker now leads the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets by a score of 24-0 after 3 quarters of play. Who'd have thunk it, Jay?
Not I.
Who'd have thunk it, Jay Brown?
I watched part of the Catholic High Denham Springs game.
We got first string coming back in the game on the camera.
I'll tell you what, Denham Springs just fought Catholic High tooth and nail through that entire game, and I'm not seeing that team here tonight. There's just not a whole lot of fight in this team, which is just amazing to me.
It's called jet lag. You know when you got to travel this far to a game?
Yeah, they had to cross the Amite River, and I don't know.
Well, we had the Baker High School cheerleaders. We can't see the monitor, folks, so we're assuming that's who we have on the monitor. Baker High School cheerleaders, 1991
that ball was finally
cheerleaders.
Spotted down.
We had one, but we never look at it.
At the 31-yard line, so we're going to have a second down and about 2 yards to go for a first down.
Now, where's our monitor, Jay? We can't tell what we're looking at with the camera. I said, where's the monitor? Bert Carlson said you had one, but you never looked at it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He's cocky and arrogant, that guy, you know. I think he don't care what I say because I think he unplugged me.
Uh-oh, fumble. If we get that one back, we'll be lucky.
We lucky.
I tell you what.
We got lucky.
I think Jared should have kept that one. He was covered, and I really don't think that Ivory McCray really knew that ball was coming to him. But he was alert, after it fell on the ground, and he saved it for the Buffs.
Third and about a long yard, maybe a yard and a half.
They picked up yardage on the fumble.
Waiting for a new football.
Third down on a long yard.
Oh, no.
Sewell throw.
Oh!
Oh! Well, folks, number 81, Marty Broussard, was so wide open.
And the reason he was is they would expect us to dive for that first down, which we're going to do now, by the way.
Fourth down, yeah. But he was so wide open, you could hear the fans go, oh, my goodness.
I thought they had made another political announcement.
All right, folks, here we go. Fourth down and 1 yard to go for Baker High School. He fakes it to Hickman, keeps it himself, and Sewell goes to the 27-yard line. That will be enough for another Baker High School first down.
Well, he figured he better be the one to go to the bank and cash that check, huh? He knows it's going to be good if he goes cash it.
Hard to stop that man for less than a yard when he puts his mind to it. First and 10 on the Denham Springs 27-yard line. Number 1, Ivory Leachman, split to the near side of the field. Sewell drops back. He throws it.
Oh, a flag on the play back here.
Yeah, roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think we got a roughing the passer.
And Jared took a heck of a lick.
Yeah, I think we lost eye contact on him because we looked down to see where the ball was going to go. When we looked back, he was definitely on the ground.
Well, we ran that same play that we ran on that 3rd down and 2 play a few minutes ago. Marty Broussard right across the middle, and I think maybe Jared would have hit him that time, except the fact that he was being leveled. That's definitely a roughing the passer.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal, folks.
Automatic first down.
It's late in the game to do that. If you're ever going to do that, you need to do it in the first quarter. Keep that guy on his toes, you know?
Exactly so. If we stick it in here again, that might be the last you see of Sewell for the night. He may take it to the bench and let
Vic Todd,
get a few reps in.
Let Vic Todd get in that ball game. He's not a second-string quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
Exactly. Number 30, Chris Beverly, puts on the...
Oh, he wanted it. He wanted it so bad.
He scoots up to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go. He just picked his way through that hole, and when the hole opened up, he just turned the speed on. Chris has been a little quiet tonight, so I'm sure he would have loved to score it on that one.
Yeah, he definitely wanted some of that one.
All right, we're back to the old wishbone. Emmanuel Hickman, Chris Beverly, and Sammy is a handoff to Hickman. He gains about half the distance needed for that TD.
It was like the defense, the Denham Springs defense knew right where he was going to go, and they all mustered there on station right at the same time because the offensive line for Baker's handled that defensive line all night long, Jay. And they will in just a second on this next play, I'm sure. No gain on the play. Perhaps a loss of about a half a yard. Second and goal from the 1.5-yard line for Baker.
All right, now we got number 82, Darren Berninger in.
They'll go in his direction.
We're
you can
coming
believe
this way. Wham!
Yeah.
Wham! Touchdown.
That's a
number
double
30.
wham.
You had Emmanuel Hickman, number 46. Number 22, John Brown, led the way, and Chris Beverly just flew over the line.
There's a lot of folks in town won't be believing this score when they see it on television tonight.
Maybe we'll get one of them first place votes next week.
Big Todd holding. Marty Broussard kicking.
It's up, and it's good.
Again. 9 minutes and 36 seconds to play in this ball game. Baker handedly takes the lead on the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets by a score of 31 to zip. 31 to 0. Another exciting night of high school football, the first chilly night that we've had this season, and it's gotten a little nippy out here. Every other night was kind of like a summertime night that we played so far. This being the 8th week or 9th week of football that we've covered so far this year. And kind of like real football weather out here tonight, Jay. They know that the Baker's coaching staff, under the direction of head coach and athletic director, Coach Larry Thomas, is excited and relaxed now at this point in the football game, knowing that they've handled these Yellow Jackets here from Denham Springs.
Got a change in the kickoff, man. Number 81, Marty Broussard, is going to be handling the kickoff. He hits it on his 40-yard line, and it goes back to the 10-yard line of Denham Springs. And he's collared and dragged down on about the 29-yard line.
Call that about a 19-yard return.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Greg. There's going to be a lot of folks that see this score tonight on television and in the paper tomorrow, and they're going to say, who would have thunk it?
That's right. Coach Larry Thomas, head coach and athletic director with the Baker Buffaloes, has done a great job. Offensive coordinator, Coach Joe Mook, does a terrific job with the Buffaloes on offense. Uh-oh, got a little late hit in here, I believe. That's not it.
Well,
defensive coordinator for the for Baker Buffaloes, Coach Milton Broussard, does a fine job with the defense.
Well, while we're sorting it out, let me give you the third quarter statistics. In Baker High School had 6 first downs, the Denham Springs 4. In the rushing department, Baker High School is up to 137 yards, Denham Springs 41. Passing, Baker's 2 out of 7 with 1 interception. Chad Burks has only completed 3 out of 13 attempts. Passing yards for Baker, 105 yards, 36 for Denham Springs. Total yardage looks just like the score, 242 for Baker High School, 77 for Denham Springs. And up until just then, we only had 1 penalty, but that's going to be our second penalty for the night, which is not too bad at all. Kelly Walls has punted twice for a 36-yard average. We've fumbled twice, lost the ball once. Denham Springs fumbled once, lost the ball once. Thank you, Tony. With that penalty, is first down and 10 yards to go on the Baker High School 47-yard line.
The draw play.
And he's gone, and he's going to be run down from behind after gaining enough for a first down, but not before he scoots out to about the 25-yard line. Well, they've had a few flashes of brilliance, but not just enough of them in a row to do anything tonight.
Well, there's a lot of different people at different positions on that defense right now. They just hadn't warmed up to the position yet, too.
Here's a pass. I don't think Wilt Chamberlain could have got that one.
No, Mike McClary right there with that receiver.
I suspect this late in the game that and this far down in the field, you're going to see Denham Springs using all 4 snaps on this series to try to accomplish something. Second down and 10 yards to go. Burks pumps once, and he's hit from behind, and he still gets the ball off.
He makes the catch.
And he makes the catch. You're right. That was an exceptional throw.
He went up in
catch.
the air and came down inbounds with it. The official standing right there with him.
And it's enough for a first down. Ball caught right about the, let's see where they're going to spot the ball. About the 12-yard line, it looks like. 13-yard line, our PA announcer, Mr. Sid Gothro, said from across the way. Another pass by Chad Burks is incomplete.
You don't need to keep the ball as long as the other team if you're putting yours in the end zone, Jay.
That's right. Well, we were missing one little stat. Tony's got it figured up for us. At the end of 3 quarters, Baker had the ball 16 minutes and 24 seconds, and Denham Springs had it 19 minutes and 36. But the only thing of any real interest in that last quarter was the pass from Soul to Sammy Williams, and I know it didn't take very long. Boom! Oh, what a hit. Number 82, Darren Berninger, just leveled Chad Burks just about the time he got rid of the ball. Where is the whirlpool? Start it up. Get it good and hot and going round and round for when I get back to Denham Springs. I tell you what, if they don't start blocking Darren Berninger a little bit better, he may put Mr. Burks back on Range Avenue.
Michael Johnson going in for the Buffaloes, replacing Mike McClary, number 14. Give Mike a little breather on the sideline.
3rd down and 10 yards to go. Burks back to pass again. He's got somebody, and it's tipped at the line of scrimmage and gone incomplete. I didn't see who got their hand on it, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
It was well covered, let's put it that way. 4th down, right?
Oh, they're going to go for it. Got nothing to lose.
Sending Mike McClary, number 14, back in, taking Johnson out. I guess they wanted to prevent this possible score.
I know Milton Broussard loves them goose eggs.
Especially against somebody like Denham Springs, you know.
That's right. 4th down, 10 yards to go from Baker's 13-yard line. Burks rolls out to his left. He shoots his pass over. It's going to be intercepted.
Look at this.
It's going to be intercepted.
Look at this.
It's going to be intercepted by
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
number 80, Sammy Williams, all the way for a touchdown.
Look at him. We got flags after the touchdown. Flags is coming in after the touchdown. After the touchdown was made, we got flagged. I think it's going to be personal foul. After the play, yeah.
This will be interesting to sort out because I think the foul actually took place during the play.
Who fouled who?
It was way beyond. Well, the way they were pointing their fingers, I didn't see who it was.
Sportsmanlike, white, offsetting penalty. The touch.
I think after Sammy had broke for the touchdown, a couple of boys were coming down jawing at each other, and they started pushing.
He says the play was called after the touchdown, dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Baker, unsportsmanlike conduct against Denham Springs, and then unsportsmanlike conduct against Baker. So
I'm not exactly sure how far that was, but that was in excess of 90 yards, I think. I didn't see exactly where he intercepted the ball at, but somewhere close to the 10-yard line.
Oh, we're going again now, look. Look at this. What are they doing?
No. We got three. We got three.
Go for two, Coach. Two.
Well, folks,
don't kick one.
Your eyes are not deceiving you. We're going to try for the extra point with the ball spotted at the Baker 47-yard line after 3 consecutive 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
What happened to the penalty that was against Denham Springs?
I'm not real sure.
We don't get it back?
Well, we got the 6 points. That's all I know. It's 37-0.
Go for two,
number 8. Number 8, Vic Todd's going in at quarterback, just as we surmised. Now remember, folks, this is not an actual play from scrimmage. This is the extra point to Sammy Williams, return of 90-plus yards for a touchdown.
And Vic Todd's in at quarterback.
Number 1, Ivory Leachman split to the near side. Number 35, Lejeune McNeely to the wide side. Emmanuel Hickman at fullback, and number 30, Chris Beverly at.
Oh, come on,
Well,
Vic.
he eluded a few people. He eluded some more, and he's finally, and the extra point is no good. If you'll send a stealth address stamped postcard to Trev Productions, we will send you a printed transcript of what just happened if you don't understand. As soon as we get it back from the Philadelphia lawyers. And now we'll have the kickoff. That was bizarre, to say the least, Greg.
It makes you wonder, Baker leading, why would they be the ones being called for unsportsmanlike conduct? You know?
Unless we might have been taunting them.
Yeah.
Could that possibly be?
Or they could have been taunting us, perhaps.
Number 81, Marty Broussard, has it teed up on the 40-yard line and will be kicking off here momentarily. I don't know if I saw anybody from the Newsline 9 or Channel 2, but they're missing some exciting scoring here by Sammy Williams and company.
On the 11-yard line.
Oh, good pop. Denham Springs take over and set up shop on the own 28-yard line. One of the Denham Springs players shaking up on the play, but he's holding his arm by his side, but he's making his way off the field. I'm sure you'll see number 10, Chad Burks, play every down of this game. He is a senior. I tell you what, I almost feel sorry for number 46. He's been open a dozen times, and Burks hasn't got the ball to him. Let him catch the ball. This, like I said, this is not one that I would send for my highlight film tonight. But I tell you what, you know, Chad Burks is a good passer. Don't be fooled, folks. Just like Eric Randall is a good passer, but something happens when you play this Baker defense. They have shut down two very good quarterbacks. They try a draw play there, and that didn't fool anybody either. Number 72 for Baker High School, Tommy McKay, making a tackle there, staying at home, not being fooled by that draw play. A little under 7 minutes left to go. Short gain, 3 yards, bring up third down and 7 yards to go. I think the crowd's starting to get antsy now. It's getting a little bit colder, and we've got a substantial lead, and I think they just wish the thing would hurry. Hallelujah. Number 46 of Denham Springs finally caught that little hitch pass out in the flat and got a first down. What is this boy's name? Dane Fontenot. Bless you, Dane. You've run that route so many times. He finally caught one. 13-yard reception. Your mom and daddy ought to be proud of you. That gets a first down for Denham Springs on their own 44-yard line. Up the middle again. And he is buried by number 42, Paul Gautreaux, middle linebacker for Baker High School. That was a draw play that picked up 2 yards. The Baker defense is just teeing off on these boys now. Second down and 8 yards to go. Burks back to pass again. A heavy rush. Too tall for number 46, Fontenot. There's a flag after the play. We got roughing the passer against Baker High School. Well, maybe we ought to just tweak back just a little bit on our exuberance here. We were doing real well. We didn't have about 2 penalties until this quarter started, and we picked up. Oh, well, we had 1 penalty, and we've got this will be the 4th or 5th. This is the 5th personal foul. Of course, we got 3 of them on 1 play. Those were unsportsmanlike conduct. Sorry, it wasn't personal foul. I think we got 2 personal fouls and 3 unsportsmanlike conduct. So we're going to wind up with a lot of penalty yardage, but we didn't get it when it counted. First down and 10 yards to go for Denham Springs. They're back to pass again, and he is going to be smothered down by number 84, Larry Clark, number 77, Ken Hilton, and let's see who else was in on that play. Number 72, Tommy McKay. That was just about the whole front line for Baker High School.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the ball game. The clock running. Baker's defense holding true to form from the first of the game to the last so far.
About a 12-yard loss.
That goose egg on the board for Denham Springs. Baker leading by a score of 37-0.
Second and 22 yards to go. Once again, too tall for his receiver. Good coverage downfield for Baker High School. We got some new faces in. Number 10, Michael Johnson. Number 11, Kelly Walls. Number 2, Eric Stevens. And number 28, Roderick Woodard, playing safeties and cornerbacks respectively.
And they're going to get tested right here. You can believe that.
The other 7 up front are pretty much the same and are putting on a good pass rush. He just got popped once again. That ball's out of bounds and uncatchable by anyone. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 22 yards to go.
The only people tonight at this point that's enjoying this ball game has got to have some red on somewhere. Nobody in the purple and gold and white over there is having any fun at all.
You know, I was wondering at the beginning of this game, seems like every time Baker gets up into this rarefied air of being ranked in the top 5 of the state, which we are number 4 in 5A, we don't seem to stay there but 1 week, so we're going to break a jinx and stay up in the top 2 weeks in a row.
They didn't even punt for a first down.
Well, he had a long way to go. So I suspect Baker High School will remain number 4, if not move up a little bit.
Yeah, with an impressive score like this.
Well, I tell you what, impressive scores don't do you a lot of good. Last week, Thibodaux was number 1 in the state. They played an arch rival in Central Lafourche, who had only lost 1 game. Beat them handily, 35-0, to solidify their lead in their district. And what happens? Ouachita eases past them into number 1. So
what do you know?
Who can figure out the sports writers? Vic Todd at quarterback, number 8. He hands off. Oh, number 24, Ivory McCray. Mighty close to another first down. Probably going to bring up about 2nd and maybe less than a yard to go. Thibodaux's got another tough game tonight. I think they're playing South Lafourche. I always get these places mixed up. Either they played Central Lafourche last week and South Lafourche this week, or vice versa. But tonight's for the district championship over there, because this other Lafourche was also 7-1 up to this point. So it'll be interesting to see who wins out of that district. Second down and about 1 yard to go. Somebody did something. We either moved or they were offsides. We'll let the Zebras.
They had 2 people move. They wasn't. Maybe they're not used to the cadence that Vic Todd's calling. Yeah, encroachment on the defense, and that comes with a change of quarterbacks. Their cadence differs a little bit, and when that happens, the defensive people can miscue and jump off, and that's what happened that time.
We got some new young men out there playing that we want to recognize. Number 60, Daryl Haynes, playing center.
52,
number
Randolph
52,
Knighton.
Randolph Knighton. We'll pick these up if we can see them playing here. Others that we've mentioned already, letting the starters breathe a little bit. The pitch back, McCrae's got it again. He's running hard. I tell you what, that's a tough little rascal.
Hey, Kelly Walls, number 11, who usually is a punter on the team, is the split back, the wide out on this side, and he threw a key block to allow for a couple of extra yards that time.
Nice pickup of 8 yards on that play. And more importantly, kept the ball in bounds and the clock running.
Yeah, more importantly, the clock's running.
A little bit more over 3 minutes. That's what I said. Once the game was safely tucked away here, I think the crowd started rooting for the clock because it's getting ever colder. Vic Todd pulls back and he shoots a pass, a little tall for number 81, Marty Broussard. Well, I see they're not satisfied with the 37 points that they've got. They want to test
they're
out the
probably
arm.
satisfied with the points, but these young men that's coming in playing offense now wants to score, and they're going to allow them the opportunity, and I'm glad that they're going to do that.
We got number 29, Bernard Green, who's a sophomore.
Split wide to the right, Kelly Wall, number 11, who is a potential receiver. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Todd attempted to pitch back and lost the handle on it. And it's going to be a turnover. Denham Springs ball with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go on the clock. The ball's going to be spotted at the 49-yard line of Baker. Chris Knapp's number 89 going in on defense for Baker High School. Also number 4, Elias McFarland at defensive back. There's my number 46, Mr. Fontenot. He's got 2 receptions now. We're right at the first down marker.
Denham Springs at a point now where they're playing for a little pride, and Baker is too. Baker's wanting to shut them out, and Denham Springs coach wanting to put some points on the board. Nobody likes to be shut out, so you're going to see some exciting football here in the next 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
We're close enough for a measurement. Number 82, Darren Berninger, checks out of the game. He's played a whale of a game. Number 81, Marty Broussard, takes his place at defensive end. And it is a first down for Denham Springs High
Except
School.
for the miscue in Covington of 2-point difference, Baker going for undefeated seasons, but that messed him up.
Well, sometimes it humbles you and makes you play harder.
That's right. Makes better men out of you.
We won out on the field. We just lost the scoreboard that night.
That's exactly right.
I tell you what, they got this down pat now. That's 3 passes to number 46. Picked up about 8 yards on that pass play and stopped the clock.
Coach Mook was telling me at halftime that somebody was hollering, throw the ball, throw the ball. He said, so on the next play we threw a long pass, and it was overthrown. And he said, whoever it was hollered, throw it short, throw it short.
Burke's back to throw again, and it's intercepted. Eric Stevens. All right, Eric. I know Papa Doc is jumping up and down somewhere out there.
And we got the Baker Buffalo fan, Doc Stevens.
That's it.
One of the major Buffalo fans. I played football with Doc. We was on the same team. You was too, John.
That's right. And his lovely wife, Lynn.
That's right. And his young son's out here, Eric Stevens, playing football tonight.
And he's got his dear mother out there. Do you know she was my Cub Scout den mother when I was 8 years old?
Oh, really?
I tell you what.
And she's here tonight?
She's here tonight.
Oh, great.
She don't miss a game. She's down there watching her grandson play. Second generation of Buff players here. There's a handoff to number 46, Emmanuel Hickman. Another player, number 87, Liddell Wade, in playing on the offensive line for Baker High School. Everybody getting a chance to get out there and play against Denham Springs. One minute left to go in the game. The clock's running. Handoff up the middle to number 46, Emmanuel Hickman. Short gainer. Going to bring up third down and about 3 yards to go. Only a couple more plays left to go in this game. Tell you what, we've played a heck of a game tonight. We were wondering if they were going to be up for this game. It looks like Baker High was definitely up. I don't know what happened with Denham Springs. They had a lot riding on this game themselves, but
they've had a lot better talent than they've had this year too, Jay.
Yeah.
In previous
years. Well, they
years.
played Catholic High a pretty good game, and I expected them to play us one, but Baker has handled these people very well. Handoff to number 24, Irie McCray.
22nd, 19.
It may be
18.
the last play of the game.
Yeah, I think the coach is going to be satisfied.
I'm more than satisfied.
13, 12, 11, 10. You'll hear the crowd. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the ball game, folks. Baker High School has handed a major defeat to the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. The Baker Buffaloes coming away victors in this ball game by a score of 37-0. We're going to have a quick wrap-up if we can get the stats over here in time. We'll get Jay to read the stats to you real quick so they'll be on record.
Let's
while
see.
While the teams are congratulating each other out here.
Greg, we got another Mayor's Trophy on the line here.
Yeah, maybe so.
Seems like we had something. We didn't let Denham Springs have it very often. Just like Gonzales, they got tired of us keeping it. They just quit playing us.
Oh, we got a trophy coming out on the field over here. Bert.
Sonny Verdi.
Mr. Sonny Verdi, who is a councilman in Baker, has a trophy. And I think he's just going to get to show it to him. And then
this is what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. We get to keep it again, folks. Mr. Marion Sonny Verdi, who says, I'm a true Buffalo. Look at him.
He's got it in writing. Well, next week is the last regular scheduled game against Bel Air. Baker, with this victory, has wrapped up, at least at the worst, a tie for the championship of 5AAAAA, the first ever.
An important football game for the Baker Buffaloes. This football game, Jay, as we said earlier, just near about cinches first place in 5A for the Baker Buffaloes. We have only Bel Air left. And that'll be a home game, folks. We want to invite you out. Be here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker for some more exciting football next Friday night, where we'll host the Bengals from Bel Air.
Going into tonight's game, they were 0-8. So
yeah, right. They're our last regular season football game and our last district game.
We're anticipating playing here 2 weeks from tonight, being a district champion. The probability of us having to travel is very slim, so we are looking forward to the first playoff game here at Baker High School. We do not know who the opponent will be as of yet.
All right, first downs for tonight. Baker had 9 first downs, and Denham Springs had 9 first downs. In rushing yardage, Baker outrushed Denham Springs by 173 yards to 27 yards. In the passing category, Baker passed 9 times, completed 2, had 1 intercepted for 105 yards. Denham Springs passed 27 times, Jay, completed 8, most of that in the last quarter. Had 2 of them intercepted for a total of 78 yards passing, and total yards both passing and rushing. For Baker, impressive 278 yards, while Denham Springs had 105 yards. Penalties, most of the penalties against Baker, like you said, came in the last quarter. 3 of them on 1 down.
That's
Baker
got to
was
be on the
penalized
record.
6 times for a total of 85 yards. Denham Springs penalized 5 times for a total of 43 yards. In the punting category, Baker you don't never want to lead in this category. Baker only punted twice, which is good. Punted 2 times for 77 yards. Not a 77-yard average, by the way. That's about a 34-yard average, perhaps. Denham Springs punted 8 times. We don't know exactly what the average was. In the fumbling category, miscue category, Baker fumbled 4 times and lost it twice. Denham Springs fumbled once and lost it that time. Time of possession, Baker had the ball 22 minutes and 38 seconds. Denham Springs had it 25 minutes and 22 seconds. That'll be a wrap-up for tonight's football games, folks. I'm Greg Allen along with Jay Brown, who called play-by-play. Tony Allen, want to thank him for keeping stats. I want to thank Trev Productions, Mr. Bert Carson, for bringing you Baker High School football. And we want to thank Burger Time, our sponsor, for sponsoring Baker High School athletics. We want to thank Cablevision of Baker and Zachary for allowing this broadcast to be televised in your living room. Jay, any last-minute comment?
Baker just played a great game tonight, and congratulations to the 5A champions